why you're still so determined to find a way out of here.
Of course you don't. Without here, there'd be no you.
But reading Spawn doesn't make you want to gouge your own eyes out anymore. What's so bad about this place if the reading's good?
Besides, I don't know, sitting here listening to you all day?
Hey, I thought we were friends. I'm just here to give you good, wholesome advice.
Yesterday, your brilliant advice was slap yourself in the face, slap yourself in the face.
You're still not gonna slap yourself in the face?
No!
I am Doomsvince. This is day 165 of Spawn Year.
This Brian Holguin guy is a man after my own heart. All that stuff I wrote yesterday about how this Kincaid arc should be a fantastic opportunity for Spawn to finally realize how his compulsive, thoughtless killing is affecting the world at large, that's exactly where things are headed. From Spawn feeling remorse for Billy Kincaid coming back 10 times worse than before, to Billy himself taking advantage of whatever humanity Spawn still has left when he says, "A lot of people are going to die, and it will all be your fault." Billy Kincaid has become a perfect personal threat to Spawn, an undead encapsulation of everything that's been wrong with Spawn's self-absorbed and irresponsible approach to the afterlife. What's worse, Spawn had a hand in creating something like the monster Malbolgia wants him to be, a Grim Reaper that happily harvests souls for hell, a soul so black he makes a deal with the devil because he wants to and enjoys it, embracing fully the evil man he was in life to blindly follow the will of evil itself. First, Billy is trying to destroy Spawn's self-confidence and his belief in his own sense of justice. Next, he's going after the people Spawn really cares about. The issue's cliffhanger reveals that Billy's next intended victim is Cyan, and now that she won't be a child picked at random, that choice makes perfect sense given that A, Billy is a child killer and still clearly favors killing kids, and B, he's been in Spawn's head, knows everything Spawn knows, and Spawn and Cyan have had that bizarre supernatural bond ever since she got her hands on Spawn's old shoelace. A lot of this issue is devoted to Twitch's wife and one of her sons, as their lives are threatened by Billy's latest possessed victim. Spawn saves them and, for once, doesn't totally disregard everything he's just learned in favor of killing the immediate threat. He knows this is Billy Kincaid, and he tries to force Billy out of the man's body, but the guy dies before Spawn can save him on account of the knife Twitch's wife Helen put in his back. Wow. She doesn't twitch either, and she's still got that superpower where she can look like an entirely different woman issue to issue. Ghosty Kincaid is also a great foe for Spawn because he's hard to fight and the stakes aren't about Spawn's physical well-being. When your hero is a practically all-powerful being, the conflict and challenges can't always be about grudge matches he can't lose. Even when Spawn gets holes in him or loses his head, it's hard to be worried about him. McFarlane talks a lot about Spawn's humanity and whether or not he can hold on to it, but this story features a direct attack on exactly that, perpetuated by Malbolgia, the very force that has a vested interest in Spawn losing it, much like Doomsvince keeps trying to whittle away at my sanity. Luckily, I don't have that same problem. I'm also largely enjoying Holguin's knack for dialogue and some well-placed moments of levity. Billy makes clever pop culture references as he taunts Spawn, and there's a wonderful, unusual moment where Spawn reacts in a humorously realistic way, realizing how out of his element he is. He just thinks for a good long while and finally swears under his breath. There's also another scene with that writer who's investigating Spawn, still believing he's an urban legend, which he's intellectualizing while a prostitute waits impatiently for him to quit working so she can do her job. What a strange man. Anyway, he believes Spawn is a symbol created by the masses of urban decay, emphasizing the need of desperate people to have hope in a larger-than-life defender of the poor and destitute. That subplot is slow going, but my confidence in Holguin is rising, so perhaps he's going somewhere with it. Maybe in looking into what he thinks is just a myth, Spawn will discover what a brilliant force for good he might be based on how others really see him. As much as I'm shockingly enjoying this, there's a lot of overall mythos and logic stuff that doesn't quite work because of how not at all thought out Spawn's universe is. What a confusing, messy sandbox McFarlane left Holguin to play in. Like, if the last kid in the box replaced 50% of the sand with fruity pebbles and threw a few fry boxes, old smelly boxing gloves, a couple half-eaten bagels, and a big ball of Play-Doh in there. We've already established why somebody as naturally evil as Kincaid wasn't chosen to be Spawn. He's not leadership material, and Al's got the whole could go either way prophecy thing going on. Okay, fine, but Spawn's on Earth to harvest souls. Billy's method seems really efficient. Surely Bulgy has other corrupt souls sick of all that hellfire and torture that would love that job. Why aren't there tons of these possessions? I'd also really like to know what the heck happened exactly when Spawn cut Kincaid Spawn's head off in hell. Did Billy lose his symbiote? Did that change his status somehow? There's no discussion at all about their last encounter. It's like that never happened. Lastly, why would Billy go after Twitch's wife? He knows Sam and Twitch are Spawn's new allies. Why not just possess one of them? But, you know, I'll take some personal stakes, a little emotional resonance, a straightforward and followable story over a perfectly logical backdrop any day. These characters suddenly make some sense, and that's much more important to me. I have no idea how Spawn's gonna solve this one, but it seems to me like what he really needs is a portable nuclear accelerator and a trap. I know who I'd call. Signed, Captain Logan.